Back to work. I'm back to work, guys. It's a new week, so you can see I'm just coming back from church. You understand? So I want to make this my weekly outlook for you guys, as the name implies. I'll be looking at the dollar index, the DXY, and what I think about USDJPY, GBPUSD, EURUSD, and all those stuff like that. First of all, let me just go to the office right now. This video has no edit on it, so I'll be fast, I'll be quick about it, then move on to the next. So I'm back to the office. Everywhere is just stuffy. Let me light up. Let me light up my view. So what do you think about the dollar? What do you think the dollar is doing? Which I'm about to show you. My bias, not your own bias. Do you understand? Now these are my pairs I'm looking at this week. These are my pairs. I'm looking at DXY. I'm looking at EURUSD. I'm looking at GBPUSD. I'm looking at Bitcoin. I'm looking at USDJPY, and so on. You understand? Then before I look into these pairs, I need to go over to DXY. I need to see what DXY is doing in the market. DXY helps me like to identify the direction of other currency pairs and what they are doing. Do you understand? So before I trade any of these DXY pairs, whether it's quote or base currency, I must first look at DXY. Looking at DXY daily time frame, you can see that DXY daily time frame is currently on a downtrend. Let me go over to 4 hours so you can see what I'm doing clearly. Let me go over to the 4 hour. Waiting for network. Okay, this is 4 hour time frame. This 4 hour time frame. Excuse me. I need this stuff to load. This 4 hour time frame. Looking at 4 hour time frame, massive downtrend. You know, in the last video, in the other video I uploaded, I showed you what a downtrend is, how to identify a downtrend. If you don't know what downtrend is, I suggest you should go and watch my trend lines video. Looking at here, it has been creating the low over here, higher, lower high, lower low. You can see what it's doing. You can see it, right? So it came over here and creates a high over here, failing to break this low. See where the low stopped and push back here. You understand? It now broke this high over here. That means the direction has changed. The direction for DXY has changed. Unless DXY breaks this low. If DXY breaks this low, that means it's now bearish. For what I'm seeing so far, DXY is bullish right now. Do you understand? DXY is currently bullish right now. Let me delete this stuff. So what am I looking at on DXY? I have to go over to my daily time frame. Because I'm a swing trader. Know that if you have not joined my trading community, you cannot get best off. You cannot get one of the best trading signal out there. You understand? You need to join the trading community where I upload most of my trades for free, most of them for free. Now looking at this DXY, you can see the highs. This is the high, this is the high, this is the high, and this is the high. You can see how we broke the high. I have marked out the highs it formed: lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and boom, it broke out. So what am I looking for now? I'm looking for buys. I'm looking for buys in this market. Now let us zoom into this chart. Looking at this angle, this is my order block. This is my order block, and this is the engineered liquidity. Do you understand? The engineered liquidity. Now I'm looking to long DXY from this angle. targeting here, or you gather that you can target here, but we'll be taking partials. I want to be taking partials in this trade. I'll be taking partials. This is about 9 hours. Keeping your SL above here. Nine hours. This will be my first take profit. Once it gets to this high, my first take profit. Once it gets here, I'll be taking profits. And once it gets here, this is my overall target on DXY. This place over there. This place over there. Nevertheless, don't fail to ignore this place over here. Let me delete this stuff. Don't fail to ignore this. For instance, we have you can see DXY also creating another liquidity and that internal inducement. You can see what it's doing. Then you can map this place out. Don't always fail to notice this. Now, what is it doing? It might fail this angle. It might fail this angle and come over here. Most of the times you use a confirmation to enter all this trade. Do you understand? So this is about, you target this high over here. This is about 7 hours. This is what I'm seeing on DXY. I've showed you my step A and my step B on DXY. Then I need to go over to the other pairs to see if it aligns with this DXY analysis. Let me go over to USDJPY, one of my favorite pair, USDJPY. Now this is USDJPY. This is USDJPY. This is USDJPY. The overall trend is just the same thing as the DXY I just gave, creating a lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. Do you understand me? But I want to move over to the 4 hour to see what this pair is doing right now. I want to go over to the 4 hour to see what this pair is doing, so I can map it out for you guys what is actually happening in USDJPY. Looking at USDJPY from this 4 hour angle now, from this 4 hour angle, I'm not talking about the overall trend. It's bullish from this 4 hour angle. So what am I supposed to do on this USDJPY? This is the order block. This is our order block, which I was buying from. Actually, I gave this in my signal group or in the free community. I was buying from here. I gave it in the free. If you go to my free community, you see there. I was buying from here. This is our inducement. I was buying from there. But we took half profit when we came to these highs over here. We took half profit when we came to these highs. But now what is DXY? What is USDJPY doing? It's coming back for this retext over here. Let me shorten this. Okay, it's coming back for this place. You can see what it's doing, right? It's coming back for this place. Now watch. Which is already reacting from. You understand? Now if you look clearly, you can see that the engineered liquidity was created. The engineered liquidity was created. Now let us go zoom in and see if we'll see any other engineered liquidity close to an order block. Engineered. Sorry, this was engineered. This was engineered. What again? Everything here was engineered. Everything was engineered. Do you understand? Everything was engineered. Then I'll be watching out to buy USDJPY from this angle. From this angle. From this angle. I'm getting at least the highs. The highs. This is a late entry though. I didn't catch it earlier. But if you go over to the daily time frame, hold on, this will be like a first take profit. If you go over to the daily time frame, daily time frame, uh, daily time frame. Okay, okay. Let me use my Fibonacci. Okay, okay, okay. I got it. I got it correctly. I got it correctly. Let me go over to the Bitcoin. This Bitcoin was a misentry. Honestly, I don't have any other setup for Bitcoin. I was just looking at it from last week. I missed it last week. Do you understand? I missed it last week. This was what I was looking at, the long Bitcoin actually from 4 hour time frame. Looking at this daily time frame. So this is just like an order block. You understand? This is an order block. This is where I was looking to long Bitcoin. This place. So daily time frame, a 4 hour time frame. This is it. So hopefully I'm still opened on this position. I'm still open on this position right here. I gave this trade. I gave the trade. Yes, I gave the trade. So this trade actually is in my free community. Do you understand? Looking at here, you can see that it failed to mitigate over here. Also, failed to mitigate. So these are the pairs I'm just watching out for. Then GBPUSD. GBPUSD. Calm down. GBPUSD actually, this trade was caught in my VIP, but I gave the biax in my trading community. Actually, I was selling this from here. I was selling this from there. You understand? And GBPUSD is now kind of bullish. It's the news that made it this pump up came out. And looking at here, this is just like a broken side on GBPUSD. Then I'll be looking to short GU because this is using here. This is a trend line. This is a trend line. Do you understand? It onto the text. So I'm using. Let me call this an inducement. Then this my order block. Do you understand? I'm looking to short GU from that angle. I'm looking to short GU from this angle. Even if my daily in the daily outlook, I showed you guys something. I showed you guys something, the daily outlook. I showed you guys the way GU is forming. You understand? It broke the trend line. GU broke the trend line. The same thing with EURUSD. The same thing with EURUSD. Okay. So do well to subscribe. Okay, this is EURUSD. EURUSD daily time frame. You see how it broke out? All these things was given in my free community. It broke out. We caught this sell, and let me say this even created an inducement over here. It created an inducement over here. So inducement. So if you should sell this stuff, it should be around here, but you have to enter with your lower confirmation. You have to enter with your lower confirmation. So do well to subscribe and turn on that notification button so that when I drop a new content, you'll be the one to get notified. You can also join my Telegram community using the link. Yeah, thanks for watching.